Now let's have a look inside the organ. The first thing you'll notice is I've taken the top off already, and there's a felt mat over the tone wheel generator. That's to cut down on noise. So we'll take that off, and that's the tone wheel generator. Each one of these little circuit boards is a capacitor and a filter. There's one for every tone on the organ. Now down here, these are the magnetic rods that I spoke about. And you can just see down in here where the coils of wire are. It's kind of hard to see down in there, but you'll get a better shot of those when I turn it upside down. Now there's a small motor, a spring coupling that turns the whole thing. These are the drawbars, and these are the terminals. Back in here is the ground terminal, so when it's all the way in, it contacts that, and no sound comes out for that tone. And as you slide it out, it gets progressively louder, and this gray wire here goes to the matching transformer. There's one on here as well, a matching transformer. Okay, I've tipped the tone wheel generator up. Now you can see it's a very complicated piece of mechanical wonderment. It's pretty phenomenal. Now, these are tone wheels. In each one of these little cubbies, there's a center shaft with gears on it that make them all rotate. So if you spin the motor shaft, you'll see all those wheels turn all the way down. Some of them turn fast, some of them turn slow. It's all designed that way for the different frequencies that need to be generated. Now you can see right up in here are the coils of wire that are connected to the filters on the top of the generator, and they're surrounding these different length magnetic rods, which are adjustable for the different tones to get the same volume. You can see the magnetic coils down in here as well. Hammond organs were very expensive to build because of this tone wheel generator. There's a lot of parts and a lot of alignment and pieces and parts, and it all has to be perfect or it doesn't work. And because of all this work that has to go into this tone wheel generator, they were very expensive to build. And that's why in the late 60s and early 70s, they started falling out. You know, people didn't buy them as much for home organs and stuff. You still had bands and stuff and churches that could pay the thousands of dollars for a new Hammond organ, but most home buyers wouldn't buy them because they're so expensive. And they were awful hard to build. And you have to oil this. Contrary to what anybody will tell you, a Hammond organ with a tone wheel generator like this never needs tuning. Never. Because it cannot go out of tune. The electric company sends your house electricity at 60 cycles per second. That's standard, 60 hertz. The little motor that's on this organ is a synchronous type motor. When you turn it on, it always spins exactly the same speed, and it governs that by the 60 hertz that the power company sends you. So if the power company is sending you 60 hertz, this organ will be in tune. So if you're playing a Hammond organ and somebody tells you, oh, your organ is out of tune, it's not tuned to my guitar, their guitar is off, because a Hammond organ will not go out of tune if it has a tone wheel generator. The later organs that have transistors or tube style oscillating generators, they will go out of tune. But this kind of an organ will never go out of tune. You'll also notice down in there is a tube power amplifier. This is actually out of an M3 organ. I bought this on eBay and replaced the original E100 or E112 organ amplifier with this amplifier because this has the B3 style percussion. It has the B3 style expression pedal. The only thing that's different is it has speaker output. It has a pair of 6V6 tubes right here, and it has speaker output. Now you can use speaker output to drive a Leslie, but it's not exactly the same as a B3. I mentioned the matching transformers. This is a matching transformer here. Takes the signal from the bus bars and matches it to something that the amplifier can use. And there's another matching transformer here that takes the signal from this set of drawbars and does the same thing. Now many Hammond organs, this one did have it, but many Hammond organs have what's called vibrato. There would be a big round drum mounted on the end of the tone wheel generator here with a whole bunch of little finger looking things inside of it, and as the tone wheel generator spins, the vibrato drum would spin and give you kind of a wah 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 sound. Now I didn't particularly like that. A lot of people like it, but I like just the straight sound and using the Leslie to give the wah effect because of the rotating speaker. So I took that part out, and there's a whole bunch of other pieces and parts that came with that left the organ for a little bit of weight savings. Like I said, this is very heavy. So that's basically how a Hammond organ works. Now we'll move on to the Leslie and show you what's inside of an actual Leslie speaker, and then we'll play around with a little bit of music and show you what the different sounds are.